Hello everybody, welcome back to my video diary, and today we're going to be talking about melting yarn and crazy stuff like that. So let's just dive straight into it. So I'm very excited to show you. These are my coasters, my plastic coasters that I've been working hard on. You saw in the last one that I melted this one. Well, I've melted them all now, and they have a really nice feel to them. By melting them, it really regulates the surface, makes it flatter, so you can actually have a drink on there. And yeah, I'm really happy with how they turned out. The only issue is that they're all different sizes. Like this one, it's really quite big, and you put this one on here, you can see the difference. So that's something I'd like to try and remedy whilst making the big versions, which I'll talk about next. Actually, I won't talk about next. I'll talk about how I melted these first. So I've got some pictures here on how I melted them. So what I did was I had some greaseproof paper and an iron, and this is just the process that I went through in melting them. There's the iron on there, yeah, it was on full heat, so you could actually see the melted plastic through the greaseproof paper, which was helpful. And then once it was melted, I still had all this waste yarn, so I just chopped that off. And then of course they end up like this, like I've just shown you in real life. So yeah, I was really happy with those, and I took them home this weekend and I put some glasses on them, and I put them in like a cool setting. I put them all together, and I really liked the way that worked, so I think I'm going to do like a proper little photo shoot with them this week at some point, hopefully, just as like a visualization, and just to get the sense of where I'm at and what the end use is for and that sort of thing. So I'd really like to do these in big version, like my proper placemat size, but I have come across a stumbling block, and it is that these jelly cords, there's not that much on there, and I put one of the colours around the warping mill today, and it just wasn't long enough, and I was really annoyed about that. So I've had to come up with some other, I was just using my Sharpies, coming up with some other ideas, because the ones that I got from Angharad, which are here in this bag, there's a lot more on there, and obviously I managed to do a whole 5-inch warp with it before. I am wanting to do 12 inches, which maybe is a bit ambitious, but yeah, so we've got blue, and we've got this red one here, and orange, and purple. So this purple, it's not really originally in my colour palette, but I quite like it, so I'm gonna plonk it in there now. And also because one of my yarns that I ordered was kind of purple shiny as well, so they kind of go. So yeah, these are the the colour proportions that I've been sort of working on, and I don't really know which one I'm gonna do. Maybe this bottom one. I really quite like that. And yeah, so what else I've been up to this week is dyeing this plastic yarn. So what I did was I took a cone of this and I took it into the dye workshop, and we tested it out, some acid dye, because we didn't know if it would dye, and it did, and you can really see it if you put them side by side. So that's how it started off, and it ended up like this. Now it wasn't quite that wasn't quite the pink that I had in mind. I wanted more of a peachy colour, like a grapefruity type colour to go with my theme of fruit. And today I've managed to get that, and I'm really happy with how these turned out. So from that to that, really, let's put it in between. And yeah, it was an acid dye, and it was in like a pan, and I heated it up to 90 degrees, and we put the dye in, and we kept these in for 3 minutes, and it came out really well. I'm really happy with that. This was my plan all along, that's why I got 4 of these white ones. So yeah, really happy, and obviously, as you can see, I've winded them on myself, so they're a bit messy. But yeah, so that's something else I've been doing this week, and also did another one of these banana weaves because I just really like them. So this is the one that I showed you last week. I think I'm going to do one with this colour in, and maybe this white, and another colour. So there's like a three set, and maybe they'll go in my show, maybe they won't, but I think they're really cool. And yeah, happy with those. I showed you this little book last week. Well, I finished this book, and it's like mental, like you have to tie it up because it's just falling apart with how big it is, and it's so like full of stuff. That's a good page, and I like that one. I use a lot of the iron and stuff to just flatten things. This is like painted corrugated card, and like doily and post-it notes and non-slip mat. And yeah, I'm just really happy with how this little book came out, and Nigel really liked the book. My tutor really liked the book as well. So I've been working on book number 2, and these are more like the colour schemes of these. So this was more like my cotton samples, sort of colour proportions. These are the plastic ones, colour proportions, and obviously there's that sort of emulates the warp that was sort of orange and blue, and orange and blue stripy. So we've got it here, and this dark pink, which has been brought in because it said red on the website, but that's red really, and that's pink. But never mind. It goes with the sort of bright scheme. So yeah, this has been me working on book number 2, and like working on painting this and just pushing these ideas a bit further. Yeah, so really happy with how that's going, and yeah, really happy with book number 2. And so once I've finished that, then I'm going to do a third one. I think I'm going to have 3 of these little books, and maybe they'll be in my show, and maybe they won't. And that is the work that I've been doing this week. So yeah, I've also been doing quite a lot of paperwork this week, like pro formas and recording stuff and stuff like that, like boring stuff. But this has been the fun stuff, so I thought I'd show you that. And yeah, I'm really happy with the direction this project is going in. And yeah, hopefully next week we can like work on this a bit further. It is Easter, well, it's Easter now actually, for 2 weeks, so my work might be It might be a little less, I'm not really sure. Obviously it's 7 weeks till the deadline, so, or 6.5 really, so I can't really stop, but I would like to ease up slightly because I feel like I've been going and going all term and it's been manic and hectic, and maybe just a slight little break, a little slow down in work. But yeah, so really happy with how it's going, and it's been quite a productive week. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye.